Hey guys, my name is Matamio, and today's challenge, over 100 of you wanted me to partake in the Pacifist loadout in Battlefield Hardline. Essentially the way it works, it's very self-explanatory. I can't kill a single enemy. I can't shoot them, I can't throw a grenade, I can't burn them with fire with the incendiary grenade. The only way I'm able to take someone down or subdue them is to either use the baton and go through the lengthy animation to handcuff them, or use the taser to try to take them out from a distance. Going into this, I assumed that I was going to be completely useless for my team. Usually for this video series, when I try to take up one of your guys' challenges, I do my best. Like, I'm always trying to be helpful for everyone around me, but there's only so much I can do when I'm driving around with an EOD bot trying to fry someone or using the explosive arrows on the phantom bow. Like, there's only so much I can do with the limited amount of resources that I have. You know, it makes it enjoyable, but at the downside that I can usually not be the most helpful of teammates on the battlefield. The thing about this, though, and something that I quickly discovered, is that I actually was a huge benefit for everyone around me, and it came all down to the interrogation mechanic. I'm sure you guys are all very aware, but if you take someone down either with a baton or with a taser, once they're down on the ground, you have the option to interrogate them, and as soon as it ticks away, it takes like a good maybe 1 or 2 seconds, the entire enemy team is going to be spotted on the minimap. This isn't just for you, this isn't just for your squad, it is your entire team gets to see where everyone else is on the minimap. That is a crazy advantage that I just gave to my entire team. Sure, I'm not going 50-1 with the M16A3. I'm not using one of the god guns in Hardline, mowing everyone that I come across. That's not the support or what I'm bringing to the table. But if I am lucky enough to drop someone with a taser and then go through the lengthy process of trying to interrogate them, I am bringing a ridiculous amount of information that honestly is a huge boon and benefit to everyone that knows how to use their minimap effectively. That being said though, I feel like this is pushing things a little bit too far. There is no gadget in the game or no other mechanic that gives your team that amount of information or really that advantage on the battlefield. Not even the hacker has that ability. And so personally, I feel like they should maybe reel in the power of this mechanic a little bit. If you are successful in going through the lengthy process of taking someone down and interrogating them, I think it's okay that you can see everyone on the minimap. That's okay. That's only for you. There's only so much you can do with that information. Or maybe even your squad mates. Have some nice teamwork, have some nice squad cohesion there. But I just feel like it's pushing it a little bit too far to have the other 31 people on your team getting that same benefit. I feel like that pushes things into the overpowered category. But I'd like to know what you guys think about this topic. Do you think the fact that it does take a long time to interrogate someone, that is enough of a balance to make sure that it's not overpowered? Or would you like to see them maybe reel it in and exclude it to just yourself or just your squad getting that advantage? Let me know down below. One thing that I hate, but also secretly love about the taser, it's sort of an abusive relationship, is that every time that you try and drop someone with this, it doesn't instantly notify you if you hit your enemy. It's a one-shot takedown, like you don't need to put multiple into your target to drop them from 100% to 0, but you guys, I'm sure, have quickly noticed as soon as you started to use this secondary weapon, that as soon as you hit them, it takes a good 3 seconds for you to be notified that you actually took them out. And so the reason why I secretly loved this mechanic is that I was able to play a little game in my head where I basically had to predict if I was lining up these shots and be confident that I was actually taking out my enemy, because if there were numerous people around, I basically had to use that confidence to go on an extended kill streak. Like, there were many times where I would shoot, turn away, and just be like, yep, I dropped him. I have to know that I dropped him, because if I leave him be and he's not dead, then he's gonna turn around and probably take me out as soon as I deal with the other guy that just rounded the corner as well. And so it led to these amazing moments where I was taking out multiple people back to back, not really knowing that I dropped them, but then seeing the kill notification pop up 3 seconds later was just really, really satisfying. The reason why I hate it though is that it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Like, why doesn't it just instantly notify you that you got the takedown? Like, why is that in the game? The only really thing that I can think of is that they want to let you know when you can start the interrogation process, when they've been fully stunned. Like, that's really the only thing that I can think of, and making sure that it does take a long time for you to actually interrogate the enemy. Once again, going back to the balancing reasons, but it still doesn't really make a whole lot of sense why it does take multiple seconds for it to pop up in the kill notification. But if you would like to master the taser, which I highly recommend that you try out because it is easily one of the most satisfying secondary weapons in the game, the one little tip or advice that I have is that if you aim down sight, the one way that you'll know that you're in range, because the taser does not have a very long range to it, is that as soon as you aim at an enemy and the green dots pop up, that means that as long as they're standing still, they're not running away from you, they're just standing in one spot, then you are going to guaranteed get the taser as long as you're aiming correctly. Eventually, you won't have to rely on that. Eventually, you'll kind of understand the distance. You can kind of, not necessarily quick scope, but you can kind of just fire from the hip and know that the taser is going to be long enough to be able to drop someone at certain distances. But if you're just starting out and you're not really accustomed to the range of this weapon, just wait for those little circles to pop up and then you can fire the weapon. But overall, I had an absolute blast with this challenge. I didn't take advantage too much of the baton. I found that trying to take someone out with that lengthy animation while humiliating usually resulted in my death quickly after that. I mean, you guys know the time to kill in Hardline is crazy fast, and so just sneaking up behind one person usually resulted in my death. And so ghosting around with the taser, in my opinion, was the best way to handle things. I was able to take out 4 or 5 plus people, and when I was actually successful in going on one of those extended, I don't really want to say kill streaks because I wasn't killing them, it was an absolute blast. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. As always, if you have a loadout that you would like me to try next, let me know down below. This is a video series that is based off of your recommendations, and so if there is a gadget that you would like me to use exclusively or a weapon with the terrible combinations that you would like me to try out, let me know down below. Yeah, until tomorrow, have a good one and take it easy.